Hey guys, welcome to another short video session with me, Mohsen from the fan stands, and so far having a good come return back of football. We have a good uh, week going so far. We have a few games from Premier League match day two, and we have had the return of the Bundesliga on Friday. And what I want to talk about in this video is we will not go into details of the games and the results because we're going to leave the best for the coming week. As soon as I go live with Emma on this page, we'll talk about the tactics, the formations, and all other details we want to talk about. But in this video, first, I'd like to talk about FC Bayern Munich. I mean, how good are FC Bayern Munich, especially for the Bundesliga, for all the other teams. I saw this small documentary on DWTV last season. I mean, even before they won the Champions League this season. So a lot of non-Bayern fans said that the league became very boring and they'd rather watch Bundesliga 1 or Bundesliga 2 for entertainment because in Bundesliga it's all about Bayern. Now we have to understand, we have to respect that FC Bayern Munich is no doubt a very good team and they're the German club. And I mean, if you want to understand the way German football works, Bayern is a very good example. Now the problem here is they don't have German football. The league does not have broadcasting money like the Premier League because who wants to invest in the league where there's not much competition? Now this is one major problem in the Premier League. It's always exciting. Just and in the end, we see maybe one or two teams just competing for the title race. This last season when Liverpool won, it was fairly comfortable. I mean, Liverpool did not have much challenge, but this is quite the opposite, especially in Germany. I mean, if you compare with the Scottish League, a lot of people do not rate Celtic very highly because in high regard because we've seen the way they perform in Europe is totally different to the way they perform in the Scottish League. Now, if you talk about Bayern, yes, they had a very good squad this season, especially in Europe. I mean, the way they played against Chelsea, against Barcelona, and all the opponents, even PSG in the finals. So they were very good. But the thing is, how often can they win the Champions League again and again? I mean, they've always had a very good squad, even when they won the double in 2013. You thought with the arrival of Guardiola, they might win another Champions League, but that wasn't to be. Probably, yeah, primarily it could be the reason that because they do not have enough competition in their own league, and when they face other tougher teams in Europe, they may struggle. It wasn't the case this season. As a neutral, a lot of neutrals, they're always hoping for Leipzig or Dortmund to come with the sucker blow, and even I feel Leipzig might be the team who can clinch a Bundesliga maybe in the next coming seasons. So, but see, even I'm not sure of what Leipzig or Dortmund to do. I mean, we've seen Dortmund winning the league two times under Jurgen Klopp, but then Bayern bounce back, and the full power which they have is phenomenal. Every German, every player in the Bundesliga would not hesitate to say no to Bayern. There are some examples of players who've turned down the offer, but they either go abroad or they're all linked to Bayern. I mean, you talk about Havertz, you talk about Werner, you talk about Leroy Sané. I mean, all of them, they've been linked to Bayern. Sané was really in favor of joining Bayern because he knows, Bayern are the team to play for in Germany, and the way they thrashed Schalke on this weekend, 8-0, my God, that was totally easy for them. So not enough competition. Let's hope Dortmund and Leipzig can, push them till the end because when football had stopped because of the pandemic and it resumed, the Bundesliga was the first league to resume. These weeks had a lot of expectations that can Dortmund do something, but Dortmund, they weren't consistent enough, and Bayern was too good, too strong for all the other teams. And so now moving on, other big news is transfer talk, transfer market. Thiago Alcantara is finally here, as well as Diogo Jota. No one ever saw Diogo Jota joining Wolves. So two double surprises from FSG and Michael Edwards. I mean, it's a bargain. Now, a question here arises that why did Liverpool not spend this money on Werner? I think the main problem here was because Leipzig demanded 50 million or so upfront payment, and this deal does not involve any upfront payment. In fact, it's in installments. So they've got Thiago for 20 million and 5 million add-on and bonuses. So they're only going to pay 4 or 5 million per year for the next 4 or 5 years. So that is a bargain for Liverpool. And same for Jota. He's around 35, 40 billion. Yes, that does sound enough a lot. Uh, Keanu Hover has gone the other way from Liverpool to Wolves. So that is you can deduct 10 million from that, and Liverpool I think they're going to pay 5, 6, or 10 million per year. So they're going to pay all of these amounts in installments. Now, how do they fit in the Liverpool team? Well, Thiago, that's a no-brainer. He will be definitely starting. Yes, he does have a poor injury record, but probably he will be shuffled here and there. It might not play the cup matches, and he'll be saved for the Champions League and the important league games. Uh, what he does is he provides creativity. He provides you with versatility in that midfield. A lot of critics say that Liverpool lacks a big ball player in that midfield. They lack creative player in that midfield because all of the other players they just fit that system and they work versus Thiago gives you all of that. And Jota, I think I don't see him as a starter unless he comes on and goes crazy, starts scoring goals. But I still see Klopp having firm faith in Firmino, starting with Firmino. It'll be interesting to see how Minamina and Jota work their way around Liverpool. I'm going to see Jota as a French player. We might see some more sales from Liverpool. We might see Grujic and Wilson, Shaqiri, even Origi might be sold. So let's see what happens. I think Liverpool is still in hunt for a centre back. And tonight's game between Chelsea versus Liverpool, yes. So Chelsea still have a couple of players missing from their squad. They do not have services of Chilwell, Ziyech, and Pulisic for tonight. And Liverpool, I feel as star favorites because I think they're more confident right now. Lampard still needs to integrate all these new signings. Havertz was supposed to be impressive. You can give him benefit of the doubt because it was his first Premier League match. Werner and Havertz, of course, are going to be key because Werner has to start scoring for Chelsea. That he is the one from where the goal is going to come from. But I still feel Liverpool are firm favourites for this game. Will Thiago and Jota play? I don't think so. Maybe probably they'll come from the bench for a cameo appearance for 15, 20 minutes max. That's it. Also depends on how the game goes. So I'm going to Liverpool for this one. Will they concede a goal? Yes, the defense is shaky. Maybe 2-1 or 3-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, it might be a big call. Let's see. And yes, about the fantasy league. Well, I did give some advice to someone earlier on. In fact, a lot of people on air. I gave an advice this week to someone that go with Calvert-Lewin, go with Vardy, go with Aubameyang. I made a mistake of not captaining Calvert-Lewin. He was in my fantasy team. He's given me 17 points. If he was captain, I would have got 30 odd. So I persisted with Aubameyang. He's given me 10 points only. The thing is, luckily, I did not have a Manchester United or I still do not have a Man City player. Let's see how they perform. So you shouldn't rush with the players. You should see if the form of the team, the form of the players, because a lot of teams, when the season starts, it takes time for the players, the managers, and the entire squad to reintegrate themselves back into the surroundings and to become familiar with the pace of the game again. So do also watch out for fixtures. I suggest for next game week 3, Everton players do watch out for them because Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison, James Rodriguez, very important to have. I also have Mohamed Salah in my team. Let's see how he does. Problem is, a lot of players is very expensive. It's not easy to build a very strong team. So let's see how it goes. I do not have much advice, so I have to go through game week 3 fixtures and there's still a lot of games pending for this week. And for our upcoming video, for the upcoming week, we will have topics about La Liga, Serie A, resumption of football in Spain and Italy, likewise. And that's all from me for this short video. So do like, share, subscribe, follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as YouTube. Take care, guys.